Welcome to the Evolved Dad Shortcast. Your new life starts now.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Evolved Dad Shortcast. Today I want to talk about stopping. All we talk about here is how to do things, how to change what you're doing. Now I want to talk about stopping because essentially, stopping, I don't know if it's necessarily more important, but probably equally important as what you do. Not just stopping as in taking a rest, because that's obviously crucial. That's something that we all have to learn how to do better. Understanding when to take that break so that we don't burn out. But I want to talk about stopping what we've inherited mentally, what we've inherited subconsciously. I was walking around with my family and noticed some people that were considerably overweight. And not putting blame, I don't know what their situation is, but it got me to thinking. We're in certain situations in our lives, whatever they may be, whether maybe not showing up as a good husband, not showing up as a good father, not showing up as a good worker, whatever that situation is, that you're just not showing up as you should be. And the situation is as it is for whatever reason it is. Maybe you grew up with a father that just wasn't very supportive or may have just pushed you down about everything. And for whatever that reason is, we're not looking to place blame here. We're looking to acknowledge the fact that there is a current situation that stemmed from something that needs to be addressed. So it's like one of my go to sayings: it is what it is. And most people stop there. Mine continues, but it will become what you make of it. And the importance of that is realizing that we're in a situation. It's helpful to understand where we got that understanding from so that we can address it. So, yeah, if maybe you're coming up as not the greatest father or not the greatest husband, could be you could trace that back to growing up. And you understand that that's where it came from. And you're also acknowledging the fact that it's not okay. So realizing that, okay, I have this concept, I have this understanding in my head. It's my subconscious programming, but it's time for a rewrite. It's time to get rid of that and to write a new program. And some people will say, oh, such and such has been in my family for years. Okay, now what? I can't do anything about it. Have you tried? Oh, I've tried. What have you tried? Everything. Many times that means that the person tried nothing. But regardless of that, think of a time that you wanted something so badly that you got it. You overcame and you got through, you got past and over anything that was in your way, and you got it. Now you're going to say, oh, Jonathan, that was an easy thing. That wasn't so big. I don't care. Stop thinking about it like that. We all have this subconscious programming the task is too daunting. Something is too big for us. It's unachievable. Only the other person gets it. But it's not true. It's not true. We're all the same when it comes down to it. We're all human beings. We all have that ability to kick up that drive. Now, we may have to understand what the reason that we're procrastinating and pushing it off for is. We may have to understand what the reason is that we want it so badly so that we can write it down and keep that with us to keep that motivation going, that self-built in motivation. But it can be done. And that's what I'm talking about stopping. Stopping the bad habits, stopping that unconscious programming and just blaming it on something or someone. Stop it. It doesn't get you anywhere. All it does is it holds you back from your dreams. That's literally what it's doing. It's holding you back from your dreams. You have the ability to achieve all of your dreams. All that you have to do is start and realize that you can do it. Even on those days where everything sucks and it's dark and it's gloomy and you wonder why you're even doing it, just keep going. You may not be able to perform at your optimal, but you'll be able to do something. And what's important is that you're moving forward. Even when you have a setback, just getting up to continue on is progress. But realize you can do it. You have to change. You have to make that step. You have to stop the bad programming. But only you can change that. I can't change that. There's no pill that can change that. There's no hypnosis that could change that. There's nothing that can change that unless you want it to change. And you have to acknowledge that deep down. There may be temporary fixes and things that are going to work somewhat. But until you dig down to the root of it and get it out of there, it's just going to keep coming back. And I'm not saying just to stop these things cold turkey, but start stopping them. Start realizing what those things are. Start writing them down so you can stop them. And once you have those written down, start understanding what they are. Dig down into them. What's at the root of that? Why are you doing this? And then start corrective behaviors for it so you could stop doing what's wrong. There's no reason that you're not more successful now other than the fact that you haven't started moving towards it. And I'm guilty of the same thing. I'm just pushing through. I've made that discovery that it's not okay to stay at the same. And I do have setbacks. And I do have points where I'm like, what am I even doing? I'm wasting my time. But I've programmed my subconscious to remind me that it's not about those times that you fall down. It's about the times that you get back up. That you're continuing on that journey. You fall out of routine. You're not keeping up with your workout program. You fall out of routine and you haven't spent time with your wife in some time. Pick it back up. Just think about it simply. What's the difference if I get back up and continue? And what's it going to be if I don't? Think about that. What's the long term of it? You know the answer. You know what the right thing to do is. And when it comes down to it, you have the power inside of you to do that. Don't ever think that you don't. As always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And commit to making these changes. You gotta resolve to evolve. Make that commitment that you're going to commit to becoming a better you. It's all inside of you. It's all available to you. And as always, I'm here to help out with anything. Reach out to me on Twitter or via the pod. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.